Hi everybody, welcome back to Critical Mass. Well, the box office numbers are in for November, and just to recap, when we first started this a couple months ago, I won 1 month, Paul won the second month, and now we're in the third month, and Mark right now is running a perfect 0, just like he does for most of the games that we play, or most of the challenges, or most of the trivia, or mostly anything. So this month we had 7 movies, and let's see how we did. So the first movie that came out this year was this month, Terminator Dark Fate. And let's see, I predicted only 15 million, Mark predicted 39, Paul predicted 35, and the winning number was 29. So the first week is Paul starts off strong with 3 points, Mark comes in second with 2 points, and I'm way behind already at only 1 point. So hopefully I can pick it up a little better in the next ones. Coming up next was Midway. I said 15 million, Mark said 11, Paul said 13. It actually came in at 17 million. So I got the 3 points, which brings me up to 4. Mark got only 1 point, which puts him at 3 points. And Paul got 2 points, which brings him up to 5, keeping Paul in the lead. But I overtook Mark. So it's neck and neck. We're still only 1 point away from each other. Then we had Ford versus Ferrari. I recently just saw this movie while I'm on vacation here, and it was a really, really good movie. Had I known it was going to be as good as it was, I might have bid higher, because I only bid 17 million. Mark bid 32, and Paul went 25. And the actual number was 31 million. So Mark just barely missed it. So Mark gets 3 points. I only got 1 point again. Paul got 2 points. So now, Paul is in the lead with 7 points. I am behind at 5 points. Mark's in second place at 6 points. So everybody's ahead of Dawn. Not a good start. Next we have that classical, critical reviewed movie of Charlie's Angels remake. Unfortunately, Charlie's Angels remake really did not do well in the box office. The boys all thought that Charlie's Angels would have a following. Unfortunately, what I saw in the trailers, it didn't look good enough to attract people in a remake so close to the other movies with the direction they were going. There was a lot of bad press around it, so I went pretty low. I guessed that they would only open at 17 million. Mark guessed 30 million, and Paul guessed 25 million. It only opened at $8 million. It was the worst opening movie of the month as far as the major films is concerned. So yeah, did not do well. I got 3 points, bringing me up to 8. Mark only got 1 point, bringing him to 7, which means I passed Mark into second place. And Paul got another 2 points, so that gives him 9 points. He's still hanging on to the lead ever since that first bid with the Dark Fate Terminator. So he's doing really, really well. Next we have Frozen. They were announcing all week going into the weekend that it was going to open at around $100 million. $100 million. And I said, my guess is looking pretty good, because I guessed 90 million. The next lowest was Mark at 140, and Paul went 150. And then the darn thing opened at 130 million. 30 more than they were estimating. So I did not do so well. Mark got himself 3 points, Paul back at 2 points, and me down at 1 point. So if you're following closely, Paul is still in the lead with 11 points total. Mark is now in second place with 10 points, and I'm in third place with 9. Still pretty close, but it's not looking good. The second last movie is Be My Neighbor, the Tom Hanks movie about Mr. Rogers. And I said I like Tom Hanks. I love this movie. I just don't know how many people would be interested in it because they just did a Mr. Rogers movie last year. So two that close together, I don't know how it was good. So I said 12 million. We had Mark say 20 million and Paul said 17 million. It came out at 13 million. So I get my 3 points. Mark gets 1 point and Paul gets 2 points, which means the score going into the last movie is Mark with 11 points in last place, myself at 12 points in second place, and Paul still hanging on to the first place at 13 points. And he's been in first place since the first movie of the month. So for 6 movies, Paul's always been in first place. So how did we do on the last one? Knives Out came out. And for a change, I wasn't the low man guessing on the totem pole. I was the high man guessing on the totem pole. So I guessed 21 million. Mark guessed 18 million. Paul went 16 million. And I think Paul likes to think I'm the guy who hates on The Last Jedi all the time. But I think his thought process of Rian Johnson and The Last Jedi went into his guessing, because he guessed the lowest number. And the movie actually opened at 27 million, which means I got 3 points, Mark gets 2 points, Paul only gets 1 point. So the score is now third place, Mark at 13 points, second place for the first time all month, and the one that counts, Paul gets 14 points because he only got 1 point. And I'm at 15 points because I got the 3 points on the last movie to overtake Paul at the end. Was there ever any doubt? So yeah, it's not surprising that I won. It's not surprising that it was close between Paul and I. But the thing that's really not surprising is that Mark lost again. Well, I hope you were playing along with us. I know Paul's was looking at all the guesses that people were doing, and he's going to post some stuff up. But I told him that I would come out and I would make the video for him while I'm on vacation here, something a little different. And happily, I did not know how it was going to end until today. And I kept on saying, I'm last, and I overtook it going down the home stretch, just like Secretariat. Horse racing reference. Look it up. Google. Well, I hope you liked playing along, and don't forget to play along next month when we do our December months. The worst I can do now is tie for the year. The best Mark can do is tie for second place in the year, and Paul can hope for a tie in first place. So we'll see how those movie guesses in. I sent them from the cruise ship to the guys, and they haven't even done their picks yet. So we'll see how we do for next month. Don't forget to play along, and why not check out some of our other content while you're here. And if you like it, why not hit that subscribe button, maybe the odd like on some of the videos, because it really helps us out to grow the channel. Until next time, we'll see you on Critical Mass.